Good morning, my dear children. Today we will study the chapter The Age of the Mauryas in your history book. Before starting this chapter, I want you to read the seventh chapter in your book. Since it is not in your syllabus this year, so we have left that chapter, but I want you to read that chapter. That will help you in understanding the chapter number 8 in a better way. I'll give you a brief information of the time before Mauryas. So, in the period between 600 BCE and 400 BCE, there were many Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. Two types of Mahajanapadas were there. One was Republican Mahajanapada and was ruled by a group elected by the common people. And the second one was monarchical Mahajanapada and was ruled by a king. King was very powerful and had a large army. Magadha was a powerful Mahajanapada, and Bimbisara was the first important ruler of Magadha. And the last ruler was Dhanananda. He was very unpopular among his people. And Chandragupta Maurya, who was the founder of Mauryan dynasty, he overthrew Dhanananda and conquered Magadha and established the Mauryan dynasty. All this happened between 600 BCE and 400 BCE. He is Alexander. He was the king of Macedonia. Alexander was very ambitious and he wanted to establish the largest empire the world had ever seen. And after conquering Turkey, Syria, Egypt, and the Persian Empire, he desired to win India and invaded India in 326 BCE. So, after crossing river Indus, he advanced towards Takshila. He challenged the king Porus, who was ruling the kingdom between rivers Jhelum and Chenab. There was a fierce battle because Porus was also very strong ruler. Indians fought with elephants, and despite all this, Alexander defeated Indians and then moved eastward to conquer Magadha. Alexander also wanted to go further, but for various reasons he couldn't. Later, he divided the territories he had conquered in India into three parts and put each under the control of a general. After this, while Alexander was returning to his homeland, he died in 323 BCE. After the death of Alexander, the greed of power took place in the hearts of the Greek generals and they started fighting. And because of this, they were not united at all. This was the perfect time for Chandragupta Maurya to defeat the warring Greek generals. And he did so and made Mauryas the supreme power in India. Chandragupta Maurya unified a large part of the subcontinent under one rule. You can see the major part of India was conquered by him. All this he did with the help of Chanakya. He is also known as Vishnugupta or Kautilya. He was a Brahmin and he taught in the University of Takshila in the northwest India. And Chanakya's able guidance and wisdom helped Chandragupta to end the rule of the Nandas and conquer Magadha. Chandragupta was guided at every step by him. He helped Chandragupta in running the administration efficiently. Chanakya wrote a book called Arthashastra. So, Arthashastra by Kautilya, Mudra Rakshasa by Vishakha Datta, Indica by Megasthenes, and other Buddhist literature and Purans are the major literary sources of this dynasty. Kautilya's Arthashastra was on polity and governance. It tells us about the economic and political condition of that period. Mudra Rakshasa by Vishakhadatta tells us how Chandragupta Maurya defeated Nandas with the help of Chanakya. Indica by Megasthenes depicts administration in Mauryan Empire, caste system, and absence of slavery in India. Megasthenes was ambassador of Celicas Nicator, who was the general of Alexander. Now, as I told you that Chandragupta Maurya was the first ruler of the dynasty, he overthrew the last ruler of the Nanda dynasty, Dhanananda, in 321 BCE. He conquered Magadha. He also freed Punjab from the shackles of Greek governors. After that, he conquered the other parts of northern India. Now we will see invasion of Celicas Nicator. So, as I have told you, Alexander died in 323 BC as he had no son to inherit his vast empire. All his empire was parceled as three prominent generals, and Seleucus was also one of them. At the time of Porus and Alexander war, I told you that Porus was a ruler of a kingdom between the rivers Jhelum and Chenab. At the time of that war, Seleucus saw that India was fragmented, was divided into small kingdoms, but he did not know that India, which he was going to face now, was even more powerful than his own empire. And after that, he fought a fierce battle with his huge army against India in 305 BCE. And Indian soldiers, with all their horsemen, chariot army, and elephants, they defeated the invader. And not only they defeated, but also compelled Seleucus Nicator to sign a peace treaty. As per this peace treaty, Seleucus had to give Chandragupta eastern Afghanistan, Balochistan, and areas beyond river Indus. He also gave his daughter in marriage to Chandragupta, and in return, Seleucus got 500 elephants and food supplies and mahouts as well. An ambassador of Seleucus called Megasthenes was given place in Chandragupta's court. He is the same Megasthenes who wrote Indica. That's it for today, children. If there is any confusion, you can ask. Thank you.